Welcome to Creative Pages with Catherine. I'm Catherine, and it's time to use up our September stickers from our Noteworthy Days collection. I have put together two-page layouts using up the rest of our stickers. One is a little bit autumn inspired and the other is a little bit football inspired. So I hope you will come along and check out these pages and continue with me on this journey to use up all of our stickers. Let's get to it. We are going to have two-page layouts for our September stickers, and this layout was inspired by this sticker right here. What can I say? You never know what is going to just spark an idea for me. We have our lighter brown stripe paper running vertically, and it has the blue dots with the white dots on the back, kind of distressed looking, but we are going to use this brown, lighter brown side up. I also have, I think I had 2 sheets of the star paper left. So it's the navy stars. We're going to be using it on both sides of the page. This one has the green grid on the back of it. And I did cut the 4.25 by 6.25 mats for this one. And then I also do have a different size mat on the other side because sometimes I do like to leave myself some extra options. Whoops, heaven forbid. All right, let's get our mats down first, and then I'm going to talk about some of these little things you all see on the side here. I just thought, like I said, it was inspired by that one sticker. You just never know where an idea will spark from. So let's go ahead and we're going to run these two the same way as our stripes. These are going vertically on our page, and then we're going to have one more running horizontally across the top here. Getting these placed. I don't know why I'm having issues with this, but I am. Here we go. I want my lines to be neat. So I've got maybe about a 1/2 inch inside the one that's up top. And then I have, I think it's 1, 2, 3. I have 4 1/4 inch by 12-inch strips that are going to go on our mats. I did fold it at 4 inches from each end. So I basically took out my 0 centering ruler. I found my, let me scoot this over so you all can see it a little bit better. All right, so I pulled out my 0 centering ruler. This is a 12-inch strip. So you can see I have a full piece. This is the navy cardstock. And then on the 2s, I just kind of put my finger on the number 2 and I just folded a little diagonal strip here and a little diagonal fold there, and it gave me this really cool shape with these kind of fun diagonal look corners, and these are going to highlight the angles of our mats. And we'll bring it in a little bit with our repositionable tape, but they definitely don't have to be perfect because we're going to be able to straighten them out a little bit with when we put our tape down. But I just thought it kind of worked out kind of fun. I'm trying to figure out which end I want to put up on this thing. Let's see, I think we're going to go this way. So my folded part looks like it's under rather than on top. Add our repositionable tape runner to it, making sure I get at least the tips of this thing here. And we'll run this just along the bottom seam, just kind of going partially through it, and I'm running up each side. So I'm about, I'll show you up close in just a moment. Let's get this across here, and this is going here, and then this is going to come in just a hair. So it's essentially covering just the edge of our mat. So you can see most of your mat, but you can see just like it's just, what is that, a 1/16 of an inch even? coming in from each side. So there you go. So our fold is going under. Yep. So that way you see that diagonal corner a little bit more. I'm going to make sure I get my tape over that corner a little bit better than I did on the first one, maybe. I'm going to go ahead and place this one along the bottom so it doesn't look cute. It's like a little touchdown, little gold post for your photo when you put your photo in, because remember these are 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 mats, so they're going to be just a little bit wider than your photo anyways. And so by giving you running along with just the outer edge of it, it's highlighting your edge, but it's also giving you enough space to get your photo onto the page. All right, third one coming in, and this one is going to run around our edge a little bit differently here. So let me get my repositionable tape on. This one, I'm going to just turn my page a minute so I can see it a little bit better. We are running in from the edge of our page here. This up just a little bit. Make sure I'm covering my corners better here. So I need to go down just a little bit. Yep, there we go. That's better. So you definitely want to make sure you're just right along the bottom edge of your mat. So you're covering up the corners with these angled corners. So it's just adding just a little bit of a different element to your page as well. And there we go. We have our Happy Labor Day sticker. And then we also had our center from when we cut our 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 mats. You get the square out of the middle. And we're going to hang this as a diamond at the edge of our page here. And then we're going to go ahead and pop up our Happy Labor Day sticker here. Let me grab my foam squares, put that in the trash, and just pop this on our page right away, right here. I need to start pulling out my powder tool again. If I had my powder tool, I probably would have used it on that one, because I did have a little more space. But that is it. That's the left side of our page on this one. I think we have enough going on there. And we'll be able to get our 3 full-size photos on our page nicely. And now bringing in the right side of my page here, we're going to be using the brown stripe again, with them running vertically through the page. The, greenish blue with the white dots on the back of it. I had a piece of this blue striped paper, and this has the brown kind of, I don't know, like a brown, almost the same color as our stripes, but with a little geometric design on the back of it. And this piece is 7 1/4 by 9 3/4. And this one, like I said, I just wanted to give myself a little more leeway with how I wanted it to run on the page. But I also thought this was kind of fun because it looks a little bit more like almost like I don't want to say it looks like a football field, but it kind of looks like a sport field this way a little bit. So, and we do have our strips again that we're going to be bringing in, both for this one as well as for our last 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 mat, which is going to run down here on the bottom of our page. And these are, I need to put that other one up just a hair bit more so I can get my little strips around it better. Okay. See, I ignored my own note on my page. So let me just grab my multi-purpose tool here, run it under like a spatula, and bring it up. I had a note that I wanted it 1/4 inch from that corner, and I went a little bit further down. Okay. There was a reason I wanted it 1/4 inch. And that is because we need just that little bit of spacing in between so we can get our other strips on both of our papers here. I feel like I missed this corner, so I'm going to add just a touch more tape there. Put my multi-purpose tool back, and here's our strips. So coming in again with our 1/4 inch strips. This one again was folded at the 4 inch mark. looking to make sure I match with the direction I put them on the other side of the page, because we want everything to match nicely here. And this one is coming in from this other angle, so it matches the opposite of what we did on our one on the top. There we go. And then for our 9 3/4 strip here, we are going to, I think, flip this way. I just folded this one in at 1 inch from each end, so that again we have that little highlight. Let's see here. So it was 9 3/4. Actually, we're going to be a little bit outside of it. I probably should bring this in just a hair bit more. So I'm just going to bring it in just a tiny bit because we're just on the outside. Since we're not exactly at 10 inches, it's noticeable. But our other ones are nice and tight. But this one was just a little bit off. So we're going to go in. It's about 1 1/8 is what you need to go in. And this one is completely wonky now. Fix that angle real quick here. There we go. Okay, so which end is up then? This end is in. The other end, this actually is going to be a little bit higher on one side than on the other because I didn't get my ruler back out and fix it properly. But when you fold yours at 1 1/8, and you will not be off like I am fixing it while I'm filming here. Let's see if we can get this going here. Coming across. There we go. Give it a nice straight angle coming through here. There we go. And we're going to overlap just a hair. No, we're still a little bit wide on this end. Okay, well, let me bring it back over. I'm going to run just a little bit tighter since I said that one end was a little bit higher. I'm going to leave that one there. Bring my other end in just a little bit. Ah, there we go, because I missed my other fold here. Ah, there we go. I did have it. I just didn't have it exactly the way I needed it to when I put the tape down. All right, let's double check this one. Let's see here. How do we look on the top? That end looks good. This end needs to come in just a hair also. So let's go ahead and get this folded over here just a little bit. I'm basically just putting my finger down and folding it. And we'll see how that works out. That looks pretty good. Again, we're going to be a little bit higher on one side, just be by the nature of how I'm fixing it, I guess, if you will. But you make sure you get yours straight if you decide to recreate this layout. I just thought it was fun. It just kind of is something I don't think I've really seen anybody else do, but that doesn't mean it hasn't been done just because I haven't seen it. Oops. Okay, come on. Let's fold up and over here. There's that. Coming across up here. And you don't want to rub too much on your underside because remember you have repositionable tape that can easily rub off. If you rub too hard, you don't want to lose your tape that's going to hold down your strip. Okay, there we go. So we've got that framed out nicely with our navy. And now we get to add in the one that really sparked the entire layout for me, this goalpost sticker that I knew we had to use up. But you know what? You can put in a little box here. You can actually put a navy box with maybe a little bit of your white index sheet or use some of your off-white write-on stickers. I think they're ivory is what it's called, through here to do your journaling. Or you can add another photo. I think you can actually fit a 4x4 photo here. Like I said in my August video, I am kind of running on fumes with this collection a little bit. So I know I'm going to have to reorder more of both the regular paper, designer paper, and the tonal paper if I'm going to make it through the end of the year with using up the sticker packs, because we still have 3 months to go and I am almost out and I've been using up a lot of my scraps too. So we're going to put our game day sticker here coming in, and then I want it to look like I did pop up our football. I'm going to bring this over just a little bit so I can see where I'm placing this. I kind of wanted my little end of my flagpole to be almost like a T for our football. And just twist that just a hair. There we go, pushing it down. Okay. So there's that, looking like it's holding up our football. We have the highlighting, not highlighting, but those little edging going around, and we have this little sticker that kind of made me do these 1/4-inch strips around that worked fine until they didn't, I guess. So they're not too tricky. I mean, like I said, these 4-inch ones worked out great. This one was just a little bit trickier because I did an unusual size, with this being 9 3/4. Like I said, I think this was a scrap, and I just thought, it allows me to put, 2 vertical photos. I could put a larger horizontal photo. I just like the idea sometimes of using those larger boxes and creating something slightly different on our pages. What do you all think? It might be a little bit simpler. We did add our details, and that makes it a little bit jazzier, but it was a quick and reasonably quick one to put together. I hope you all enjoyed seeing this one. We have another layout coming, though, that's a little bit more. So sometimes I try to do a simpler one and a more intense one. But let's go ahead and pull that one out. You can also add a couple more of those write-on stickers up here as well. Just so you know, journal, or photo journal. And wouldn't those write-on stickers look great, because we have these navy pieces here. You could even use the black write-on stickers as well. For our second layout, using up the rest of our September stickers, we are using the dark green paper that has the stripes running through it. We're going to run these horizontally. It does have the light blue with the darker blue dots on the back of it. You also are going to want your jumbo circle from your custom cutting system with your green blade. You're going to need your jumbo circle with your green blade. We are going to use it to cut the blue tile paper, and you're going to want to keep your negative for the other side of our page. So for this left side of the page, we're going to use the circle on it. And again, it was the green blade on the outside of my jumbo circle. With our custom cutting system, our red blade cuts the closest to the templates. The green blade is the second one, and the blue blade cuts the furthest away. So with our green, I just thought it was a happy compromise. It's what worked for me for this layout. And we also are going to be using 3 mats on our circle. These are with the dark green. I think this was from our tonal pack. It does have the navy dots on a white background. Might have been from the decorative pack. We did use some of the strips that I had left from cutting this on the other page. These are 4x6 mats, and we have 4 of these we're going to be using through both pages. But first, let's go ahead and place down our circle. Let me get my tape runner. And you just want to place it kind of centered. And you can eyeball it. You can pull out your 0 centering ruler if you like. But essentially, you're going to have a 1/4 of an inch at the top, bottom, left and right from the widest part of the circle. There we go. Once that's placed down, we are actually going to put tape runner on 2 of our mats here. And we are going to place two of our mats going at an angle with our circle here, coming down just a little bit here. And they're going to overlap just a little, but let me just lightly place those because I do want to be able to bring in our third mat here, and we're going to pop this one up. So it is going to cover our upper mats just a little bit. Not too bad. But that's the whole beauty of using the foam tape with it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the foam tape across the top, but I'm not going to pull the backing off of it. So then that way we can pull the backing off once we actually put our photos onto our page. And unfortunately, Creative Memories has sold out of their foam tape, but I will link it in the description box if you would like to get some, because it is handy to have for so many of your layouts. I've used it actually quite a bit lately somehow. And we're going to run one more through the middle here just to make sure we don't have any sagging when we go to put our photo on. There we go. So we're going to pull off probably these bottom two corners. Let's see here. Yep, we're going to get those bottom strip in the corners with the tape off. And then we're going to leave the top one with the adhesive not sticking so we can add our photos nicely. And just get this placed here like so. There we go. And then with it popped up, it's going to add some extra dimension to our photo as well. Now with what we had left in our stickers, I actually did need to supplement a little bit from our clear sticker pack that came at the beginning of the year when you purchased the bundle for this collection. So we have this larger autumn sticker that I'm going to be adding to the top part of my circle here. And this is from the clear sticker pack. There we go. We also have a sunshine that was also in the clear pack, it looks like. Yep. Sometimes I have these cut and then I'm like, I don't even know which one they came from. I want to add this on. I wanted to add it up here. I think I'm going to add it up here. There we go. So that's just on the top over our green part here. We also have apple picking. This was from our sticker pack. So this was one. I mean, I just thought, with the apple picking, it's a part of autumn, and I just wanted to place that down here. Because of my family, we did a lot of apple picking when we were, especially in Virginia area. They just have really lovely orchards there. And I have a single yellow leaf that I'm going to try to get off the backing here. This is from also the clear pack. We're going to add just coming down in by our apple picking here, just to highlight it a little bit. So that's the left side of our page. You can see the autumn. It's a little bit harder showing up on camera there, but it shows up when you look at your actual page. So you should see it fine. But again, we're going to add probably maybe some apple picking photos here, or just some general fall pictures. I'll see what I find when it's time to put the photos onto the pages. But that's the left side of our page. Let's go ahead and get the right side put together now as well. So here is the negative from cutting that circle on the other side of the page. We are going to run this around our dark green base again, the one with the blue with the darker blue dots on it, the same as the other page as well. And this is just going to create kind of like a frame, I guess, on our page here. And you get just a little bit of repositionable on these thinner parts. Let me get just a little bit of repositionable tape here on these thinner parts at the middle part of our circle. And I just hooked up the wrong tape runner, didn't I? Well, you know what? That almost fit. I'm glad that one was a little bit wider maybe. So I'm just going to have to fold it. And this is why I wanted to use the repositionable. Okay, here we go. Now I have the tape runner I wanted. Make my life easier. don't have to fold anything in. I've just got my little dots running in here now. There we go. Okay. I do love the repositionable tape. I like the regular tape runner too, but they both definitely have their place, don't they? So let's start at this top corner and get our frame started to seat here. Check our bottom corner coming down, following the edge of our paper here, and I do want it to sit nicely. Go ahead and run it across the top here now. Oops, this top corner is going to be maybe a little bit offset. There we go. Okay. Yep. Got that nicely. It's laying flat on here, which is great. And now on this side of the page, like I said, I had one 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 of the green paper left that I corner rounded. It does have the navy dots on the back of it. And then I had just a little bit of tile paper left that I'm essentially going to create a frame for us to put a photo on, which is why I went ahead and pulled out one of my photo mats. So this is going to be up here. This is going to be down here. I did corner round the edges of these pieces. These are a 1/2 inch by 4 inch of our tile paper. And I am going to use my photo mat to help me with the placement of it. So that way, when we go to put on our 4 by 6 photo, it's going to fit nicely. We're going to need to not trim this photo that's going on this one at all. We want to make sure we use an entire photo. And you can corner around your photo when you go to put it on as well. And so I just thought, with our circles, it just made sense to round off a lot of our corners here. I'm going to go ahead and place this one. Essentially, the photos are going to go underneath each other. And then I'm going to slip this in. I'm just going to hold my photo mat in place. And in goes my little holder, or space holder, I guess, for my photo. I want to make sure I have a line running through there that's going straight. And then I've got another line coming in here. So that one's pretty straight. I got my photo folder straight. Here we go. Coming over to this side of this page. Oops. That one scooched on me a little bit. There we go. Okay, so you can see where it's going to hold your photo nicely. It's going to frame it out. It's going to have that mimicking your tiles coming in. And it's just right there on your page. In fact, I can even put just a little bit of repositionable tape runner to hold this in place. So that way I know that this is where my photo is going to go, is framed on these two little holders here, and I can actually hold that up to the camera for you all to see that up close. How's about that? What do you think? I just thought that was fun. I hope you all do too. I don't know if that's new for you or not. You can let me know in the comments. Oh, we still have to put our stickers on. I was bringing my right page in already. All right, hold on. Our left page. We don't need to bring the left page in yet because we haven't finished our stickers yet. So we have a scripted word that says autumn, also from the clear sticker pack. I only really had the 2 stickers, and I needed to tie together that apple picking one and our farmer's market one. And by having these autumn elements, it just really helped to tie everything together nicely. And then we have 2 more leaves coming in. I've got a red leaf and I've got an orange leaf that are also from the clear pack. What can I say? There's red and orange. Pull those off of there. And then we have our farmer's market sticker as well. And this one's going to be over here. You could pop that one up, but we're not going to. I just thought, if you're going to the apple orchard, maybe you're going to go to the farmer's market afterwards. It seemed like these two tied together, and the football ones seem to tie together well on the other layout. So let me bring this in so you can actually see that little autumn with the two leaves and the farmer's market. It does show up nicely when you're looking at it, but I think I can see where the camera's further away. It's harder to see those clear stickers, but when you're up close and personal, it's nice. You'll be able to see them in your album as well. And then we do have a little symmetry with our traditional stickers as well. But what do y'all think of this one? It definitely, I think it shows a little bit better in person than it does in on the camera, but I'm pleased with it. I think it's, I love using both when we use the circles to be able to use the negative as well. And it just seems to fit nicely. I know this little white piece here is kind of throwing everything off, but just kind of a fun fall layout. I hope you all get inspired to put together one of your own. And that's it for today for using up our September stickers. There's no more stickers left from September, so we will get ready to use October up next. I will see you all next time.